Today, I am going to show you how to manually add a candidate into Centric, how to add documents to that candidate or any candidate you wish, and how to move candidates from one job board to another. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to manually add a candidate into Centric. This would be done if you receive a resume or application outside of the candidate applying through Centric. Any resume or application you received must be entered into this system so that you can track the candidate information to help you expedite the hiring process. This is especially important if you decide not to move forward with the candidate so that you have a reminder not to interview this person again in the future. So let's start by picking out a job board to look at. So you're going to select Applicants from your upper right-hand menu. This will bring up all the job listings that you have for your specific property. For example's sake, we are going to pick the assistant manager position at Estates at Hollister. This page shows you all of the applicants who have applied to your job position. So in order to add a new application, you will go next to the job title and you will see a small person with a plus sign. You simply click on this option and it will bring up a new screen. And so the easiest way to add an applicant is to start from the very first field, which is the email address, and to scroll all the way down through these options until you are finished, and then you can select Add Applicant. A few things I want to point out. It will default to adding your own email address, but this is where you would put the candidate information. Next, you will create a password for the applicant. That's if they want to go in and edit their application at a later time or if you assign them additional questions and homework. So as you can see, I created a fake applicant called Jane Smith. I put in all of her information, and at the bottom of the screen, once you hit save, it will say go to application. This will bring up all of Jane's information. Also, as you'll see, next to the job title up above here, it'll say MA. That stands for manually added to this job. As you scroll down, you will be able to see that you can enter in some additional information. We're currently on the summary page. As we look down, there isn't much information to look at. So we do want to go ahead and add in all the details that we know about Jane. So if you click on Education, you will see a plus sign. With this plus sign, you can then enter in all of the education information that you know, and then you would select Add Education. You can also add in a resume. So again, if this is someone who just walks into your office and hands you that resume, you can scan the document and add it here. There's a plus sign. You can hit the plus sign. And if you have the resume by email and it's a Word document, you could copy and paste. Otherwise, you would browse and you would select the file that you want to upload. Again, you would hit Upload Resume. So next, let's say you wanted to add references. You would click on the Reference tab. You would click the plus sign and you would add in all the reference information that you have. The next option is Job Questions. If you click on the Job Questions tab and you scroll down, you will see for a manually added candidate, there are no answers. That is because this person hasn't answered the questions yet. So you've got one of two options. You can send the questions to the applicant and have them answer, or if you wanted to, you could conduct this part of the process as a screening call. You would simply hit the plus sign, and it will let you enter in all of the information that this applicant tells you. Then at the very bottom, you can hit Add Job Questions, and it will score the questions and add those to the summary. Notes and history. So notes and history, as we've covered in previous training topics, is where you can select the status. So you could select what part of the process they're in and add an additional note, and then you would hit Add Note. You can also, from this page, add in additional documents. So say you also have a letter of recommendation you want to add, or the person has already completed some testing or homework, or you want to add in your interview notes. This is where you would do so. Next, I want to review how to move candidates from one job to another. This function is used when you have two openings within the same department. So for example, let's say you are searching for a leasing manager, but you come across a great leasing consultant resume. If you also have a leasing consultant opening, you can move this candidate into that job board so that when you are ready to focus on leasing candidates, you have this candidate's information at your fingertips. So for example, let's look at Jane Smith again. So we will pretend that Jane Smith has a fully uploaded application. She's got a resume that's copy and pasted here for us to review. She's got all of her questions answered, and we decide Jane really is a better fit for a leasing consultant position. So there's two things we want to do. We want to change her status in this job board so that we don't continue to investigate her skills and experience further. So as we scroll down, there's an option saying qualified for leasing positions. So we're going to select that option. Next, we are going to copy her to the job board that she is qualified for. Estates at Hollister also happens to have a leasing consultant position. So we would select that ad and then you would hit the copy button. And it says, are you sure you want to copy this application to the selected job? As you saw, the screen flashed, and now we have her qualified for a leasing position. We have that selected in the current job board, and now she is added to the next job board. And it will also show manually added. That concludes our training today for manually adding a candidate, adding documents, and how to move candidates from one job board to another. If you have any additional questions on these steps, please let us know.